Hey friends, it's Wendy with Oil Transformations, and I'm coming to you today with a DIY for a room spray that's all those warm, rich scents of fall. I know that living in Florida, we don't get to see the seasons and the leaves change, so this is a little bit of a cheat that we can bring that smell of all those scents that we love into our space. So it's a really simple recipe. You're going to need a 4-ounce spray bottle or larger. The recipe actually calls for an 8-ounce bottle, but I'm going to make it in a smaller batch because we're already, the 9th of November, so I'll be ready to move on to Christmas smells in just a few weeks. So this will be just enough for me to use in the next few weeks. You're also going to need pure essential oils. Quality really does matter here, friends. If you want to have the best for your family, I personally recommend only Young Living essential oils. And it's because I know the purity of the oil. I know the farms that they come from. I've visited them. I've been there. I've seen them weed by hand. I've actually helped plant the plants. Okay, so it's a real thing. You're not buying something that's filled with artificial anything. There's no extra extenders or anything to make these go farther. It's just the pure essential oils that are in these bottles. Now, we're going to use cinnamon bark, clove, nutmeg, ginger, and orange. Doesn't that sound delicious? Okay, and the best news is I'm actually making them with the oils that are safe to ingest. Yeah, I'm just crazy that way today because when I started looking for all of these oils, I didn't have them in the ones that are for topical and aromatic use. But it's not a problem because they're the exact same oils. It's only the labeling that's different. We have 2 bottles of cinnamon bark here. One is in a colored label. That's designed for, it's labeled for aromatic and topical use. This is our white vitality label. It's safe for ingestion. So isn't it great to know how pure these oils are, that we can ingest them? So if you haven't figured it out, anytime these oils get on your skin, anytime you breathe them, you're ingesting them. So if people say, oh, I'd never ingest, well, if you smell it, you've ingested it, okay? You just may not have taken it through your mouth and into your stomach. Okay, so to get started, we're going to take this bottle and we are going to use half of the recipe that I'm going to share with you. So that means it's 15 drops. I'm going to use 8 drops of the cinnamon bark because I really like the smell of the cinnamon. And we're just going to turn that to get it flowing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then our next oil is clove, and clove is also 15 drops, so we're going to use 8 there also. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Our clove's just a little bit thicker. Our nutmeg oil calls for 9 drops. I happen to love nutmeg, so we're going to use 5. So here we go. Oh yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can see that was a thinner oil. It went much faster. Our ginger is 6 drops. This one I'm going to use just the 3 drops. So here goes our ginger. 1, 2, and 3. And then our orange oil calls for 6 drops, so we're going to use 3 of that. 1, 2, and 3. Our citrus are always thinner oils also. Now I'm just going to give the bottle a little bit of a twirl here in my hands to blend those oils gently. Let them blend and mix. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Okay, if you like the cinnamon broom, this smells like the cinnamon broom, but it's no synthetics. This one is good for you. Now, we're going to use a stabilizer. Oops, I put it over here. Vodka is what I'm using today. The vodka is going to act as emulsifier. I don't have any witch hazel today. I used it in a recipe earlier, so I'm going to just resort to my vodka. It calls for 2 tablespoons in an 8-ounce bottle, so I'm going to use 1, and I'm going to put my funnel here so that I don't lose any of it, because this one doesn't have a little pouring spout. So we're only going to use 1 tablespoon. That's going to go right in there. And again, an emulsifier helps it to stay mixed. It's also going to help it from growing anything we don't want because of the alcohol. And next we're going to finish this off with, the recipe is for water, distilled water, and that's what we're using here. I've got a half a cup because it's a 4 ounce. I know that it's not going to need that much. I need to leave a little room for my sprayer to go in. So I'm just going to start pouring and watch my levels down here. And we're almost up to, there we go. So I left just a little bit in the bottom, not a whole lot. And I'm gonna put that spray top on. And look how fast and easy it was to make this. Even with giving instructions, we've gotten it done in under 6 minutes. Now, this has got this one that I'm using is a fine mist sprayer, and it's got a lock on it. So we're unlocking it, and I'm just gonna give you, prime it, and look. Oh, that smells so good. Oh yeah, it's gonna go all through my house. All right, you can find the recipe if you'd like to get yourself a printed copy on oil transformations on my Facebook page. It's at Oil Transformers, or just look up Oil Transformations. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you